Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Mond to the air on 1st and 10. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to the air, Mond. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Mond going to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Cohen gets it again on 2nd, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, that nearly an opening
drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the
touchdown, Vikings! Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Second down and 3. Play action. It's Fields. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chaz Surratt came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14, Bears nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Nwangu. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Mon looks to throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mon now off of play action.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Mon, a quick throw complete.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Though CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Out of the gun, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, QB, come on. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
And Graham's got it, complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Cohen gets it again on second. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
On first down, it's Fields. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, Fields. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. That'll be caught downfield by Bird.
Touchdown, Bears! Damiere Byrd, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mon. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Mon. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Minnesota. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Mon. This is Smith with a grab. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Check right 54. Line 54.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves. But
Cohen lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He'll buy some time right. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Bond going to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Off the play fake, Mond.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receivers too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Mond looks to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man. Complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, 78 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Forced out to his left, and he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And they go play action here. Mond. He'll get this to Nwangu. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for Minnesota.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. That catch good for only a couple. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Mon to Jefferson on the slant. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Throwing after the interception, Fields.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Now it's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Now, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Eluding the pressure right.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Able to get there and pick it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. His throw incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Here we go. Black 40. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Nwangu. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Mon now off of play action. Drops this off with Nwangu.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check three, check three, check three.
Another run now for Nwangu.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Check 24, check 24. Hey, check Mike 6,
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2nd and 10.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving